She's Carmen.
And he's Joe.
And we are
the Sexy Happy Couple.
And this is
Sexy Healthy Cooking. Welcome back to Sexy Healthy Cooking. For those of you who have seen our show before, you know that Joe and I are vegans. That means that we only eat things that come from plants. No eggs, no cheese, no meat, no chicken, nothing like that.
You know, Carmen is an outstanding vegan cook, and she's going to show you how to make a wonderful dish here today on the show. Also, we like to have a special guest star from the adult entertainment industry, and we've got somebody today who you're surely going to recognize. I'm talking about the wonderful Lauren Phillips. Hey, great to see you.
Thank you.
Great to see you.
Oh, so what are we making today?
So I heard that you really like pizza.
I do. I like pizza.
So today we are going to make a sweet and smoky soy curl vegan pizza, mushrooms, potatoes, and red onions.
Ooh, that sounds yummy. I can't wait to try.
Okay, but we got to start out with a little bit of wine. Would you like some of that? I can do, that's my part. I can pour wine. So she does all the rest.
I do all the rest. So today we're going to be using soy curls, and soy curls are dehydrated soybeans. I have no idea how they process this because that's the sole ingredient is soybeans. So the first thing that we need to do is rehydrate the soy curls, and I have
we need to hydrate.
And we need to hydrate as well. And I have some hot water here. Well,
Just a quick cheers.
cheers.
Cheers. Uppa.
Okay, so I'm going to just pour this nearly boiling water into the soy curls, and it takes about 10 minutes for them to get hydrated.
It's good to be hydrated.
Yes.
I imagine on the set, you really do need to stay hydrated, and it can be a long day. And what do you do for food?
It just depends on the set, technically. Like usually I have coffee because I'm a huge coffee drinker. And then I bring like little snacks. So I try to stay as healthy as possible, but if you're on set for a long period of time and you see like the Doritos and Cheetos all around, it can be a little harder.
I'm a huge Doritos fan, but Doritos are not vegan.
They're not.
No.
Had to give them up.
But we have found a vegan version
Yeah?
that are like Doritos. So that satisfies me. We have those infrequently because, yes, they're not terribly healthy. So the first thing we're going to do for our pizza is make the sauce that will serve as the base of the pizza. And this sauce is, this sauce is made out of cashews.
Oh, I like cashews.
And if you don't have a high-powered blender, like I don't today, I have soaked these cashews overnight so that they're a little bit softer and easily blendable. So this is a half a cup of soaked cashews.
They look so good.
Yeah, you gotta love cashews. Although this is pretty radically different from pizza, like when you think of a tomatoes.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm so excited.
And then we are going to use a quarter cup of nutritional yeast.
Which is kind of hard to get, isn't it, in the market?
It can be hard to get.
We were out looking for this the other night, and boy, we searched high and low, but you found it.
We found it. Half a teaspoon of sea salt. And 2 tablespoons of tahini. And tahini is paste made out of sesame seeds. So it's sort of like a sesame seed butter, like peanut butter, only sesame seeds.
Sweet.
Right.
I was gonna say I don't know what that is.
Right? Not everybody does.
Well, okay,
Right?
when you're not working and you're just eating for pleasure, what do you like to eat?
Well, I'm a huge breakfast fan. I like breakfast a lot. I also like sushi. I used to be a pescatarian, so like I used to eat a lot of fish. I'm from New Jersey, so like that's pretty popular there is like seafood. So that I love Italian food a lot. What else? God, I feel like pizza.
Pizza, and here we are.
But you were saying earlier, before we were getting ready, you're German.
I am German.
So do you have any favorite German foods?
They're not like super like it's a German tradition. So like on New Year's Day, especially if I'm with like my family, we have pork and sauerkraut, and it's supposed to start the year of like good luck. So I'm gonna make him like pork and sauerkraut in a crock pot. If that does that count as cooking?
Yeah, that counts. That counts. And then lastly, I'm just going to add about a half of a teaspoon of liquid smoke to this, just to give it a little bit of a smoky flavor. And so I am going to go ahead and blend this into a smooth sauce.
I'll get out of the way.
Okay.
Yeah, we get. She's dancing. Okay. Now you're a dancer and you studied it in college, right?
Yes, I was. I guess I still am technically, but I studied dance for about 15, 16 years, and I went to college for it, and I was a backup dancer for a Tina Turner impersonator on top of like being part of a modern company and a dance teacher as well. And I still kind of dance now. I started feature dancing at different strip clubs, which basically means that I do like 2 dances a night for like 20 minutes. And I'm like a headliner, I guess you would call it.
Yeah, sure.
So I just started that this year.
I bet you your video work, people say we can see her in person for real. That's exciting.
Like, oh my goodness, you're really here. And I'm like...
Well, we got a little of that even here today.
Right. That's right. So the next step is to boil this sauce so that it thickens a little bit. It only takes about 5 or 10 minutes to thicken up. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and you all can continue your conversation.
Okay, very good, very good.
At this point, I'm heating the sauce, making sure to stir it thoroughly so that it doesn't stick to the pan until it boils and thickens up for the base of our pizza.
So you came into the business in 2013, which is almost 10 years.
I know, it's crazy.
Have there things changed during that time that are important? And
Like in the industry in general, yeah, it's changed a lot. Like when I started, I did amateur pro in like Florida, and cam girls were actually like, or cam models, I should say, were not doing a lot of porn at that time. So I cammed for 2.5 years and went into porn. It wasn't actually very popular yet. Like only a few number of girls that did that. And so like now having like the cam world and having AVN being like having co-hosts that like has a porn star and a cam girl or a cam person, it's very different. On top of like, when I first started, like, so when I moved to LA, which was like 2015, I was always responsible of like asking my talent, like, all right, what are your hard limits and what, like turn-ons and stuff like that. So you more communicated a little bit more to your talent, where now the company will like sit you down and they make sure that we go over it. So it's a lot more different. And then with like, you know, OnlyFans and all these platforms becoming a lot more mainstream, it's a lot like more different style and flow, I feel like.
so it sounds like you have a lot of different platforms out there. Yeah.
Can't have your eggs all in one basket.
That's right. That's right. So the sauce is done. So I'm just going to let that cool over here.
Smells so good.
And now I'm going to season the soy curls. So we're having sweet and smoky soy curls. They are all nicely hydrated. You can see they swell up. So I'm just going to drain the excess water prior to seasoning these.
Okay.
Okay. So you want to make sure that the soy curls are drained as much as possible. So often I will give them an extra squeeze with my hand. So now that the soy curls are thoroughly drained, we need to season them. So I have some maple syrup, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup.
I like maple syrup.
Sweet.
Sweetness.
And 2 tablespoons of liquid smoke.
There's the smoke.
I'm getting very hungry.
2 tablespoons of tamari,
Or soy sauce, right? That's
gluten-free soy sauce.
okay.
And a teaspoon of salt.
Shake, shake, shake.
Shake, shake, shake,
Shake,
shake,
shake,
shake, shake your booty. And then I'm just gonna mash this up.
I see you're very hands-on.
I am very hands-on,
I would know.
right? Okay, and once this is thoroughly mixed, then we need to heat them up to dry them out even further. So while I do that, I'll ask you a question first. So all these platforms you're on, do you get recognized when you go out and about?
Sometimes it just depends on like where I'm going and what I'm doing. I most of the time get recognized at the airport. I don't know if that sounds really
interesting.
weird.
Yeah.
But like I actually, when I was coming here, I got recognized and they're usually really nice. Like they'll either be like, I really like your stuff. And I'll like sneak away.
Right.
Some of them will ask for like selfies, which I'm fine with. I usually have like my shades on anyway. I'll have like my pink beanie and my shades.
Yeah.
But I've never had anyone like super awkward. They're just usually, I had this one, it was super funny. I was walking from the plane because I think it was in Burbank and you like deplane on the back. So I was walking and the guy was like, me and my wife really like your stuff. And I was like, yes, that's great.
Well, here we are, and wait till you see the scene we've shot with her. We do love your stuff.
Oh, thank you. That's what I like.
What's next?
So the next thing I need to do is to put the soy curls on some heat to make sure that they're as dehydrated and crispy as possible. So.
Dehydrated and crispy.
She's making me hungry.
Yeah, no, this is going to be good. She does the great cooking. So these days, what are things you're looking forward to in your work and maybe special projects coming up? And
I do have some special projects, but I cannot speak of them right now because they're in the works.
Top secret.
Yes, I have to wait for I guess the fine lines to all be like connected before I can say something. But I do, I'm still going to keep feature dancing this year. Actually working on something for New Year's Eve.
Oh.
And then Exotica. I'll be doing all the Exoticas besides the one in DC probably. And we have X3 that happened, which is probably going to happen next year, and AVN, which I'm super excited.
Well, yeah. Wonderful.
Nice. And we've been to both Exotica and AVN.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the soy curls are nicely browned.
Can I have one?
Absolutely.
Not gonna do it.
Okay.
Oh, so good.
Yeah. What do you
You
think?
got the maple, liquid smoke.
That's right.
Yeah, nice flavors.
Yeah.
The texture is really awesome.
Yeah.
It just,
it's amazing.
yeah.
Yeah. One time I had a potluck, and I put the soy curls in with some barbecue sauce in a slow cooker for 4 or 5 hours and took it to the potluck.
Yeah.
And brought some buns and some fake cheese, and I was the last one to go through. And so I made myself a sandwich out of the pulled pork, and I sat down and started eating it, and people said, if you're eating this, what am I eating? Because they thought it was actual meat, because the longer you cook it, the more dense it gets,
It's,
the
yeah,
more
it's the
meaty it
texture.
gets.
It was
Yeah.
like it reminds me like the texture of it kind of reminds me of like chicken nuggets or something. Yeah, exactly. Like that texture.
Exactly. So we are ready to assemble a pizza.
Yeah.
Hey.
So I am just going to cut up some onions and mushrooms to add to the pizza. So how did you?
I get nervous.
Right? I know. It's crazy.
She's got that big knife, and I just don't want you to get. Okay.
She's like, I know what I'm doing.
I do.
She's got. All right.
So how did you pick your name?
Actually, Lauren Phillips is my real name.
Oh, no kidding.
So technically, I didn't pick it.
Wow.
Thanks, Mom.
Right? Right? Well, that's interesting because Danny Mountain
That's his real name.
is his real name too.
Yeah.
And there's not many people who have their real names.
It kind of fits kind of who I am, so I didn't really want to change it. And
Yeah.
my whole persona, I guess you would say, or my branding is like a lot of people like Lauren Phillips. They'll call me Lauren Fills Up because I like to be filled up.
Nice.
And which is true, I do. I love it.
Cool.
So it just kind of works with who I am as a person. So I think it was
Nice.
just meant to be.
Nice.
And it kind of doesn't. Everyone's like, when I first started, they're like, it doesn't sound like a porn name. But if you really look in like the detail of it, I feel like it kind of does. It's just not as obvious.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's like you're a real person. Some of those names are so outrageous that it's just kind of hard to, relate.
That's my thing, is that I want people to know that I am a real person. Like my whole branding as well is to show to be raw and show that I'm a real person. Like a lot of what I do, I want it to be raw. Like I want them to know that I'm connected to my body and I still feel things maybe when you get a little certain sensations and
Sure. Yeah.
that I do feel them and that they either feel good, maybe they surprise me sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm still a woman.
Right.
know.
Right. Of course. Of course. Yeah.
Although she's a woman with a big knife in her hand.
Right.
That knife doesn't scare me.
No.
Mm-mm.
So
Now-
what's going to happen? You're chopping this
I'm
up.
chopping this up, and now I am going to roll out the dough. And I just purchased this dough at a grocery store. I didn't make
What,
it
you
myself.
didn't get up this morning
did
at
not.
6 a.m. and
I
make
did
the-
not. I have
I
found that
don't know.
dough purchased at grocery stores is just as good as dough that you make yourself.
I like it.
So, and I'm going to get a piece of parchment paper because I have found people can roll it out on the board with flour and then chuck it in the oven. Yeah, I've never been able to do that. So, I'm just gonna
I
put
like your
some-
honesty.
Yeah, some things you have skills, some you don't. So, put this dough out.
Whoa, that's right. Spread that dough.
Spread the dough.
I feel like this is memory for me.
Right? Yeah, we had some pretty dough spreading time yesterday, I will tell you.
Spreading dough.
I'll show you that.
Spreading legs.
Stick around.
Spreading.
Spreading all kinds of stuff.
Juicy stuff.
That's right.
Tasting. When the moon hits your eye like a big piece of pie.
That's amore.
That's
All right.
right.
Sorry.
So do you have any scenes that you've done that you've found particularly memorable for any reason?
Oh, such a hard question, actually. Because for me, it's a teamwork. So
Sure.
Everyone's different and everyone brings something different to the table. So
Yeah, I totally get that. We've worked with several people, and there are some you have better chemistry with than others. And we don't need to go into names, but I feel like we had really great chemistry.
yeah, we did.
Yeah. So, okay.
She's making me blush.
I'm a lucky guy. That's all I'll say.
Right?
That's all I need.
Okay. Well, I have rolled out our crust.
That looks so amazing. You did an amazing job.
Well, thank you.
Oh my God.
Thank you. All right, so we're going to start with the sauce that we made up.
Oh yeah, and that got kind of thickened.
It thickens up. So I'm just
And
gonna
that's those
pour that.
cashews, right?
That's right.
I love cashews.
And Just add a little bit of that. And I'm gonna put that there and spread this around.
Can't wait to put it in my mouth.
Yeah.
I think I said that before.
I think you might have.
Oh, really?
All right. Now, with vegan cheese, it doesn't melt quite the same as mozzarella. And so it's important to put the cheese on the bottom because then it melts a little bit better than if it's on the top. So I'm going to put most of the cheese on before any of the other ingredients.
It's so good to know. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Okay. And then I'm going to add some potatoes. Now I have pre-boiled these potatoes because if you put them on raw, they won't really cook because it's not in the oven for that long. So some chunks
I was wondering about that.
of potatoes.
You have some runaway ones.
Yeah,
Can I put them on
absolutely. Please help.
That'd be a good album name.
Runaway
Potato. Right?
You know, my other skill in life.
Right. Okay.
I like potatoes.
Yeah, Joe's a big potato fan.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm going to add some of the red onion.
You make it look so simple.
Well, it's actually pretty easy. Yeah. You're speaking about being German and your German background. One of the things that I made is vegan pork chops.
Oh.
And it's made out of wheat gluten, and they call it seitan or wheat meat. And so we made, for one of our shoots, we made pork chops and hominy, and that was fun.
It's kind of a Midwestern theme.
Yeah, that's right.
I like
This
pork
is
chops.
East Coast we're going
Right.
with. Although, I guess really it's more California because it's got the
I say it's
vegan
more West Coast.
Yeah,
progressive.
No, it's the same.
Right.
But I think I don't know how many. Like, it'd be interesting to see when I go back to where like I was raised and born. Besides, there is no sushi places there.
Oh.
I actually always had to go to Philadelphia or
Oh my
New
gosh.
York. But I can let you know now there is no vegan options
yeah.
there.
Not unusual. Okay, so I've added the mushrooms, and last but
Yeah.
not least,
Yeah.
the soy curls.
Soy curls.
Do it.
Woo!
Can I help?
You can. Throw
I think
some soy
even
curls.
I can.
You spread
Saying,
soy curls.
"Oppa."
Well, I'm not sure you're really doing it. But, yeah. Okay, that looks great. And then I'm going to top it off with the rest of the cheese.
Oh wow.
And then I have preheated a pizza stone in the oven at 525. And I'm going to go ahead and put this in the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes.
525.
Woohoo.
Okay, that's a hot oven.
I can't wait. I'm pretty hungry.
Me too. So that's going to cook for a little while.
Yes.
All right, we want to cook for you a little while and show you the scene that we shot the other day with our wonderful guest star. And I think you're going to like it a lot, right?
Right.
Yeah. Let's go to that scene right now.
So now that we have our wine, first tasting, let's go over the 5 S's, all right? So we want to see, look at the color. I see more of like a maroon, maybe almost a dark rose color.
Yeah, I get that.
You want to swirl it around, kind of see the legs on it. I'll show you how much alcohol is actually in it. You can kind of see as they start.
I see that.
And then you sniff.
Okay.
Now when I sniff, I'll breathe into it to just give it a little bit more of oxygen. It kind of opens up the wine.
Okay.
That is just delicious.
Then I pick up some leather.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of opens up the scent a little bit more. And then the next is sip. Make sure you take a nice sip, let it kind of linger on your tongue. You'll be able to kind of taste what's in it.
On the tongue.
Interesting.
Exquisite.
Yeah.
It's just, there's a kind of a raspberry jam, and there's some smokiness a little bit.
I
Pick it up.
Yeah.
You can kind of feel it kind of maybe on like the middle of your tongue, maybe lingering on the top of your mouth a bit. The taste kind of lingers a little bit longer.
Yeah, it makes you realize our tongues are just so sensual.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that's when you savor that taste.
Yeah.
Kind of like go and have another sip. See what happens.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah, a little tobacco maybe.
Yeah, I think I can pick that up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you guys think of this one?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
good.
fantastic. This whole experience is amazing. I mean,
It is.
it's so, it's our anniversary, and Carmen made me this wonderful gift, which is a wool. Took a lot of work, and it's very special to us. And then to have your class, you come to our home and teach us about wine, this is just an awesome anniversary.
Well, happy anniversary.
Well, thank you.
And I hope that I can make your anniversary as awesome as possible. This is amazing. I actually was looking at it and I was
thank
like,
you.
aw.
I love you.
Aw, perfect.
Now that's my favorite taste right
Right?
there.
But what you don't know is I actually have another surprise for you.
Oh,
Lauren has another class called A Taste of Love.
I think I know where this is going.
Well, let the lesson begin.
We hope you liked that juicy scene. Now the pizza is done and ready to come out of the oven.
Now, I don't know what's more exciting, that juicy scene we did, or this pizza.
I don't know, that pizza looks extremely delicious, but I have to say, you guys looked extremely delicious too.
Thank you. All right, it's time to cut the pie and
Yes.
give it a try.
All right,
Cut it! Woo-hoo.
cut the pie and give it a try.
Okay,
Now,
you know what?
That's gonna be,
That's
wow.
okay.
Well, we are just so delighted that you are up for trying something totally different on pizza.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty open-minded when it comes to stuff like that.
sounds great. So now it's time to try this pie.
Yeah, let's
All right,
try
there you
it.
go.
May I have a
There you
piece?
go,
Okay.
absolutely.
Now this
Thank
looks
you.
hot.
It's very hot.
Look at that. You've probably never seen a pizza like that.
I have not. I'm not gonna lie. This is the first time I've ever seen a pizza like this.
All right,
Should we try it out?
ready?
I'm gonna hold up. That it's hot. So.
It is hot.
Just like it was yesterday.
Yeah, it was.
Mmm.
Mmm.
Oh my god.
You like it?
It's so good.
Excellent.
You have outdone yourself.
Well,
This
thank
is
you.
really good.
And you outdid yourself yesterday as well.
Thank you.
We had such a great time.
You got it.
Yeah. So we'll see everyone next time on Sexy Healthy Cooking.